Hey everyone, welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be talking about creating subdivisions within these Polygon primitives and making them more useful than they currently are. So right now, if I wanted to, drop a cube or a cylinder or something, I simply need to select them and generate them on the screen. Now there's limitations to what we can actually do with these. So if I wanted to make a minion out of this, or I wanted to make, let's say, a Game Boy out of this, it would be quite difficult to do. There's only so much we can do right now. I can move it on the screen and I can rotate it and I can stretch it bigger and smaller, but that's pretty much all we can do with these Polygon primitives. They can't become anything else on their own. And if I wanted to, let's say, make a minion, I'd have to add a bunch more Polygon primitives. And even then, there's a limitation to what exactly we can do with them. So it would never quite look as good as the actual thing. Okay, so what we can do to fix that problem is create subdivisions within these Polygon primitives, and that's going to give us a lot more customization ability. So right now there's no subdivisions in this cube really, just the faces itself. If I click on the cylinder, there's a bit more subdivisions. All these cuts over here are subdivisions within the object, but maybe it's not enough. Okay, so to add more subdivisions, what you need to do is on the side here, your channel box editor, which is usually closed, I need you to open that up, and with the object selected, so I have the cube currently selected, I'm going to go over to Polycube 1. And I know it's Polycube 1 because it's a simple cube and it's the only cube there. So when we become more elaborate with these creations, then there might be Polycube 2 and Polycube 3, so on and so forth. But this is the base one. Polycube 1 is there, so I'm going to open it up. Okay, now we immediately know the width, height, and depth of the object. If you're trying to go for something very specific, like a 5x5x5, you can easily do that in the screen. And then for the subdivisions, it's currently set at 1, but let's say I change that to 4. So I change the width subdivisions to 4, and I click down. If you look at the object, you're going to notice that now we have a lot more subdivisions within the actual object. If I change the height one to 4 and click, now I got more subdivisions there. And let's say I change the depth one to 6. Okay, it could be pretty much any number. Just kind of be cautious with that, because the more subdivisions you have, the longer it could potentially take to edit or render your file. But for something as simple as a cube, a couple extra faces won't hurt anything. Okay, so we have a bunch of subdivisions now, and that's going to allow us to edit this object a whole lot more. Before we start editing though, I'm going to jump over to the cylinder just to show you it's kind of the same concept. I go to Polycylinder 1, I got my radius and my height, radius being the distance from the center to the edge. So if I wanted to change that to 3, now I got a larger cylinder. If I wanted to change the height to 5, now I got a taller cylinder. Okay, and then the subdivisions for the height, let's say I change that to 4, you're going to notice right away I got more cuts in the side of this cylinder. And the subdivisions for the cap, this here is the cap. So if I change that to like 3 and click away, now I got subdivisions within the cap. Okay, so all these, you definitely want to kind of experiment with them and gain some familiarity and comfort with them. So go ahead and do that, and I will see you in the next video where I'm going to be talking about manipulating these objects further and starting our next project. Okay, I'll see you then. Peace.